The return leg against Rangers on May the 22nd was overshadowed by some of the worst scenes of crowd violence in the history of European competition. United won a fierce physical game 2-0, but their second goal was the cue for hordes of drunken Scottish fans to invade the field for the third time. Welsh referee John Gow took the players off as police with dogs tried to clear the pitch. Ollie Burton remembers the conversation he had with his fellow countrymen in the tunnel.
I was chatting to him and he said, I'm going to have to abandon this game. He said, there's no way we can go back out there. He was terrified. And I said, like hell, I said, we're going back out there. I think we were winning 1-0 or 2-0 at the time.
The really high spot of the game for me was when Ollie Burton coming back to me with the ball, rolled the ball back to me, and then shouted, run. And, not knowing what was going on, I just happened to take a glance over my shoulder and there was about 20 blokes chasing up the park after me. I've never moved as quickly in my life.
I think that's the only time I've ever really been frightened on a football pitch. When they came over, when the supporters came over onto the pitch, the lads on the popular side, they always used to accuse me of being slow, but I think I surprised a few of them that night.
15 years on, and Jim Scott, who scored United's first that fateful May evening, renews his partnership with Jackie Sinclair, whose goal sparked off those dreadful scenes. Jim's run the Hurlet pub in his native Falkirk since quitting football 10 years ago. And tonight he's playing host to a second special customer.
Oh, Tom, how are you doing? So nice to see you.
Hello, Tommy. Lovely to see you again.
Tommy Gibbs, the third member of United's Scottish contingent from 1969. This was the first time in almost 15 years that they'd got together, so the talk soon drifted back to the good old days.
I went down last year to Newcastle and I went to see Joe all the stairs and Fenton Braithwaite was there. So I said to my wife, I says, I'll meet you in Phoenix in an hour. And I could have sat there for all morning. We sat there and we went for
reminiscing.
I loved every minute. Remember Saragossa, New Year's Day?
Oh, I remember it well. I was sitting getting sunburnt on the bench.
That was some floor that day when they had to, after that trip, wasn't it? I think we were all on the same floor that day. We'd been on the champagne after the game. A good result. We only got beat 3-2, I think. It was a good result away from home.
Football chat is nothing new in the Hurlet. Jim's partner is his brother Alex, another famous name from his country's footballing past. A shirt swapped with the immortal Pelé is Alex's cherished souvenir from a glittering career with Rangers, Everton and Scotland. Jim himself won a single cap with Hibs before joining the Magpies in 1967. His Fairs Cup shirt recalls the crowning glory of his career, triumph which, ironically, all three Scots might have missed.
I felt I should be in the team and I hadn't played, and I had a bit of banter and ended up going away and I told him what to do with his team, and I thought that was it. I went up the house and I said to my wife, I think we'll better pack because I think we're finished at Newcastle. However, I went to training Friday morning. It was the first time that season that my name was on the team sheet, and we were playing Sunderland the next game in the local derby. And I think it was possibly one of the best games I ever played for Newcastle.
I had only signed about the Monday before the season started, and I went home on the Saturday. And came back on the Monday, and Dave Elliott had been injured on the Saturday, and I got in the team on the Wednesday, and stayed there for about 3.5 years, I think.
But I must be honest, I didn't have a particularly great time at Newcastle. I was expected to do a lot, and it just didn't work out.
12 minutes into the first Jackie Sinclair was one of Newcastle's most costly signings at £70,000 from Leicester. Like Scott, he was a typical ball-playing winger, but his failure to establish himself in the first team saw him leave Gallowgate for Sheffield Wednesday just 6 months after the Fairs Cup triumph. He returned to Scotland with Dunfermline before quitting the game for good 8 years ago. Now 40, he earns his living down the mines in his native Fife. Tommy Gibb was the surprise success story of the Fairs Cup run. A bargain 35,000 captures from Partick, his 170 successive appearances is a club record. Though the hard-running midfield player had his share of trouble with the Boo Boys. He left in 1975 for spells with Sunderland and Hartlepool before quitting football to run a pub in Armadale between Glasgow and Edinburgh. After spending almost all his career in the North East, He looks back fondly on his time here.
I enjoyed my stay there. I really liked it down in North East, you know. I think I was there 11 years, really. 7 with Newcastle, you know. But I really, the people are something similar to the Scottish people, you know.
I think Newcastle is the only team that I've played for that I look for the result on Saturday. I've still got a very soft spot for them.
This year they're doing fantastic, and I just hope they can knock it off and get back up and be where they should be.